What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is WTF Wednesday. How everybody doing out there today? We good shit. We got a little bit of news to talk about tonight. I'm glad Greg is here tonight joining us because he isn't too much in the loop with a lot of this. So it's time to get some fresh eyes from people who ain't got a political bias on some of these questions. We're gonna touch on a few things that I've seen. I stirred a few pots on Facebook just to see some people's reactions on some shit, and also some new shit about the shutdown. So Dino the genetic motherfucking Marvel, he will be joining us a little bit later. He had a prior engagement. He's doing a comedy set somewhere, and he will be in there. But for now, on the 2s and 3s, we got Greg in the motherfucking house.
What up, y'all?
And from the deep, dark world of the unknown, we got Sasquatch, motherfucking Ricky in the house.
You fucking know.
Right.
I made sure you asked that.
So, Greg, we'll start off with this because it's hopefully starting to die down. Everybody, well, most logical people are starting to see the bullshit in it. But just, I want your opinion on this whole. Did you see this thing about that girl getting hit with the car?
The girl getting hit with a car? No.
Or the cop getting hit with the car about the girl getting shot.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So, what's your opinion on it?
Well, what do you mean by my opinion? Like, in my eye, no, the girl should have never been shot. But at the same time, I don't know the whole story. I don't know why they were there. There's no, I haven't seen any video of why they were there, other than the one with the wife that was arguing with the cop right before she got in the car with her. You know what I mean, or whatever, or fell out of the car when she took off, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, no, it was totally in the wrong. But I still need to know a little bit more info. You know what I mean? Because I've seen stuff about, that she was a activist and all that against ISIS and all that shit. So she might have been there in the first place. And when you get into situations like that, you're kind of opening yourself to them kind of situations, especially when you're dealing with, ICE. To me, is more of a irate group of people. You know what I mean? Because they have to be. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're not going to be like your normal police officer that you run into on the side of the road. You know what I mean? So I don't know. My opinion's still kind of hanging because I don't know the whole story. But in my eye, the girl shouldn't have been shot. You know what I mean? That cop could have very simply moved out of the way, which he did. You know what I mean? Which I've almost been ran over by cars too in my time, and trust me, they were definitely trying to take me down. But at the same time, I even had my gun on me and still didn't shoot him. You know what I mean? So I can't. No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So
I mean, and the sad part about it is I felt my life was in danger,
Yeah.
but I seen an escape route. You know what I mean? So I went that route instead of going anyway deadly to where I die or they die. You know what I mean?
Get out the way, the middle box.
Right.
That's the first thing.
And then, like Jamin just said, a taser. There was other ways to go around it. You know what I mean?
all right.
But in the last minute, right now, you know what I mean? It shit changes, but at the same time, the cop got out of the way. There was no reason for that shot to be fired, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's not against the gun. I mean,
now, I'm glad that you said what you said because you gave your honest opinion of what the information you had on hand.
Right.
So the first, I'm gonna say this before anything else. The first video that came out was a black and white video. It looked like a damn near Bigfoot video. I mean, blurry.
Recording it.
And
black and white.
even in that video,
Mm.
You see that cop get hit. Now,
Right.
at that point in time, the media, all sides, left and right, were all lying about the situation. They were all
Well, let me
the
stop you there real quick because the video that I watched, he did get hit, but he was back on his feet when he fired.
right. Well, that's what I was getting at.
Right.
You know, the what was going around the media though at that point in time of the first video was she ran this dude over, which was not. She did not run the dude over. Ran
No.
over is tires over your motherfucking body. That is ran over. He got
Right.
hit by the fucking car.
Yeah,
Let's
he got
be
hit,
real.
but he didn't get
Let's
ran
be
over.
fucking
Right.
real. He got hit by the motherfucking car. Now,
Mhm.
there's other people out here who are saying the man never got hit. There are 6, 7 different videos, and even the AI videos don't have nothing to do with the incident. They got something to do with somebody's hand over in the corner, and somebody put a dinosaur or a shark in the background somewhere.
Right.
So
Right.
if you was going to do AI, at least make, serve your purpose.
So do you have injuries?
Well, so that's another thing, but we don't come to the injuries.
See, that's another thing I don't know either.
All right, so Greg said that he didn't know whether the chick was just there or the chick had been.
You know what I mean? Right.
Now, the chick had been there. They were purposely there blocking. She was part of an anti-ICE group that goes and interferes with the raid.
Right.
ICE
That's
was
what
there on a raid. She was there she dropped her last kid off because there's a lot of controversy on the custodies of the kid. But she dropped her last kid off at school, and her wife is even quoted saying, "I made her come down here." They was blocking the ICE agents. The wife was outside, which just so happens that was not her wife. They're not married. They're not legally married. None of that shit. I don't know where that came out at.
I really don't give it. That doesn't matter in this situation.
Well, it kind of comes into play.
It's irrelevant.
Come into play if they're
What the fuck was that?
Somebody fucked up and forgot to turn off your volume.
Yeah,
you motherfucker!
I'm sorry.
Fired.
Yeah,
but anyhow,
Jamie Perkins, you're absolutely right. She wasn't blocking the whole road, but she was blocking a big portion of that road with her van. Now, the wife was on the outside. The wife was on the outside. The wife was the one who was actually doing the messing with the people and all that. Right.
Right.
So now, when the officer, this is another thing that a lot of people aren't comprehending, maybe, or just ain't seeing. But there was 3 cops there. There was 3. They kept telling her to move the van out of the way because she was blocking traffic. You see other people trying to weave around her, didn't want nothing to do with it. Cops weren't messing with them. They're telling her to move the car out of the way. She refuses. Simultaneously, the wife is on the other side fucking with cop number 3. Now, she's sitting there with her camera. He has his camera on her. Now, the cop number 1 who told the girl to move the car was fed up. Get out of the car.
Right.
She said no. The wife, now this is when the cop number 3 started moving in on the wife, started going towards the wife after they were told to get out the car now. Wife number 3 goes towards the car door, screams inside, drive, hurry up, drive.
Right.
Now, as that is going on, the girl backs up, and this is where everybody says, no, her wheel was turned. She turned to back up and straighten out. As she straightened out, that cop is already in front of the fucking car now. He didn't just go in front of that fucking car. When she backed up, now he's in front of the car. The other 2 cops come from the other side. Now, a lot of people say that cop number 1 or cop number 2 shot the girl. No, them shots didn't come from them cops. Them cops were trying to tell her to fucking stop. As she straightened her car out and put it in drive, She gunned that motherfucker, dude. You could see the wheels spinning. Now, that cop, and we're going to look at the other side from the cop's angle, too. Now, and the cop got hit. The cop did what he did. I think there's, it was a justifiable shooting, but on the other hand, and I've said this on other shows, nigga, you couldn't hit a fucking tire. That was a goddamn Honda Pilot. You could have put a bullet right through the block of that motor. I mean, really.
And
one's the one that shot.
Now, where? Let me ask you this: where was she shot at? Because I don't really know that either. I know it had to be in the chest and up.
It was in the face.
So it was a headshot, 100% a headshot. And I'm sorry, but you talk to any marksman, and to do a headshot, especially a moving headshot like that, you're aiming. You know what I mean? So that kind of makes it a problem for me.
That's also
I thought. Go ahead, Ricky. Go ahead.
And then that's also going to go back to protocol. So he's going to step to the side, go in front of the windshield where your whole fucking target is. So once he realizes she's engaged to purposely come at you, you don't look.
Right, but here's the problem.
You're not going to hit a fucking tire from front end.
But like I said, and that also goes back to me saying, they are kind of irate because they have to be. How many police officers that I don't know how many you know personally, but how many videos have you seen them have somebody pulled over and all get hit by the car and hurry up and run back to their car? Never a shot fired, never, any of that shit. There's caught videos of cops that get hit by cars that still don't fire a shot, that have guns in their hands. You know what I mean? So
the way I look at it is, this was last year, and I believe we talked about this too because it was damn near the same conversation. A young black girl in Georgia was stealing shit out of the store. The cops were called. Cop followed her out, or the cop pulled up as she was coming out the store, told her, don't get in the car. She got in the car. The cop is standing there. Don't move this car. Get out of the car. That girl put that car in drive and hit that cop. The cop shot her, hit her in the fucking face. So that whole marksman thing, and just like in Portland.
Yeah, but how many times did he shoot?
I think he got like 2 or 3 off.
Okay, that cop shot
it was
once.
damn near the same situation, just there was no ice involved, and she was. So I mean, and just even if it was excessive force, because we could all sit here and look at it and be like, yeah, this could have been done better. Definitely, this definitely could have been done better. That girl should have never fucking got killed.
Well, it's like Jamin said a little bit ago. They were both in the wrong, 100%.
Right. I could agree with that.
Right. But but at the same time, it's like I said in my post that I had on Facebook. I don't know how many people seen it, but that shit don't matter. The point in the matter is that somebody's life was taken that didn't need to be taken. And it's the same thing with fucking George Floyd. It's the same thing with all these other fucking people that are dying over this stupid shit. You know what I mean? And I understand, it's all about illegals being here and all that stuff. And I agree with they don't need to be here. You know what I mean? And I agree there needs to be action taken to take care of that situation. But the way that everything right now to me is military based. You know what I mean? And anybody that's been in the military, it's one way and only one way. You know what I mean?
Figure ICE had just went around the country, like, you want to make 40 grand and fuck some people up?
Right, and that's another thing I keep hearing about too.
That do nothing but watch MMA out there, and be like,
right,
let's fuck some people up.
Now, this is another thing that I keep hearing about is that you can become an ICE agent very fucking easily, very fucking easily. So now, not only do you not have somebody that's actually trained for the fucking job, you have people out there that are trigger fucking happy. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree. It's the same argument I made for the new police. You're picking up these police everywhere who ain't got the training, ain't got the experience, and people are getting hurt. And that's why I wanted to look at the other side of this. Because now on the other side of this thing, we got these gung-ho people for the ICE agent. And I get blamed for this a lot, because I don't follow the narrative of this wasn't this girl's fault. I mean, look, I'm going to let everybody know out here now. If you're a Democrat,
We're going to do. Sorry, Marco. We're going to Google that right now, Jamin, and find out. We'll let you know here in 1 second. Go ahead, Marco.
So if you were teaching your kids, because I've seen some videos lately of these people teaching little ones this bullshit. If you were teaching your kids to go stick their nose in somebody else's shit, especially authorities that you really truly don't know shit about what's going on, you're a piece of shit. If you tell them it's okay to be out there and invading in front of, we were taught, no matter what it was, you obey the fucking police. You may not like what the fuck they said. And we're not saying that the police is right all the time, because there's been plenty of times these asshole cops who are ill-trained have fucked up people that didn't need to get fucked up. I totally get that. But if you are telling your kids it's okay, like the last video, the one that got me the most, the one that kind of fucked me up, like I actually felt for both of them people after this, was the video of the girl screaming, "This is or why are you using real bullets? You guys are using real bullets. What are you doing?" Like they didn't fucking know that these cops were like, this was real life.
Right.
Like, so
But at the
somebody's
same
taught
time,
these people this shit. Somebody is telling these people, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be a hero. You're not gonna get hit with a real bullet. You're not gonna. The fuck is wrong with you?
What's the difference between cops and SWAT control?
right.
Right.
When there's a wall of shields, it's a whole different animal.
Right. But at the same time, and that goes back to what Jamin said earlier. It could have been a taser. Like the cop that was standing there trying to get her out of the car could have hit her with the fucking taser. The car would have rolled away at fucking whatever speed because, she was fucking in the car fucking convulsing. So, you know what I mean? Again, there's a bunch of different ways.
This is a weird thing, too. So if he would have, like I said, it was protocol for him to get in the front because that's your main shot, this, that, whatever. But if he would have stayed to the side, that car is not a weapon.
What I want to know,
once he goes in front of it, now he made the car a weapon.
Before we get too far into this, I want to know if anybody out there listening, because we got a couple listeners, but is it protocol for a cop to step in front of a car? Because if it is protocol, that's a really stupid fucking protocol.
So
I've never heard of the protocol that the cop would step in front of the car, but it does happen quite often in a lot of these videos that we've seen. The cop does go in front of the car to halt, don't move the target
as clear as you can.
Right. So, and again, that's kind of why I want to know is that protocol, because if that's protocol, that would have solved a lot of this fucking problem right here. Because if it was protocol for him to step in front of a car, then that's more on the department than anything that he almost got ran over. Because in my eye, because anybody in there that has common fucking sense, if somebody's in a car and they're not CEO, yeah, it's not.
Well, see, this is my thing though. He didn't. When she backed up, that's when he was in front of the car. He was ultimately on the side of the. He was on the side of the vehicle when she backed up. Now he's in front of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that, but again, you're dealing with an irrational person. Somebody with common fucking sense is not going to stand in front of a fucking vehicle that somebody is being irrational in.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Totally.
Just for me shooting guns.
Even Dan Smith.
You're not going to want to shoot through the side of the fucking car. You're a mechanic. You're not going to want to shoot through that metal bin. You have a fucking window this big. You can unload.
Yes, but at the same time, you have to think about your own safety.
Your point is not that you want to.
I'll put it to you this way: you need to think about your own safety. If you kill somebody and they floor that motherfucker, and you're standing in front of it, you're fucking dead. That is, if it was a protocol, it is fucking stupid. And again, common sense tells you not to stand in front of a fucking moving vehicle. And I'll give you a prime example. Years ago, we were bitching about all these protesters with the cows and shit. The truckers bringing them in, and the fucking people were standing in front of the trucks. And even back then, I even said, fuck it, run them the fuck over. A rational human being doesn't want to kill some fucking buddy. You know what I mean? So they're not going to run these fucking people over. And me being in that situation probably wouldn't run them the fuck over either. You know what I mean? I could say, I'd run them the fuck over all I want. But again, stupid ass fucking people. And now, mind you, these truck drivers, if they were irrational and didn't give a shit, you know how many protesters would be dead? Just the people that brought and that blocked off highways and shit. You know what I mean? So again, there's so much involved in all this shit. You know what I mean? Here I got Dino.
We got Dino, the genetic motherfucking marvel in the goddamn house.
Right, Dino, God, don't make me responsible. Huh?
So I'm leaving.
No. What shit?
So,
So-
all right. So now I'm looking on the other side of this now,
Okay.
because there's fuck shit on both sides, and I'm about tired of people thinking that I pull my judgment or my ideas from just one side, and it's political. This has nothing to do with any kind of politics.
Right.
From the other side, now we're hearing this guy, the cop has internal bleeding and all this. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. The GoFundMe thing, fine. If his family needs money for whatever, but I don't want to hear about no internal bleeding or whatever. Because just like Greg said, and whether it was protocol or not, you put yourself in harm's way just as much as that girl put herself in harm's way. You just got a little bit more authority.
What are we talking about?
Whoa. And all the bullshit with the girl getting ran over and shot, or the girl trying to run over the cop and get shot, the ICE agent and all that stuff.
Yeah, I
That's
wanted
right.
Greg's opinion because he only seen like pretty much one view and didn't know too much about it. So it was
Right.
nice
Well,
to get somebody who isn't politically
Alright.
biased
So-
to
So
talk.
let's go back
Greg had
to
an
Jay.
aggressive rant the other day on Facebook that was
Yeah,
quite
that was
controversial.
about all this shit, right? Yeah. So
Let's go back to Jamie's thing first.
yeah, then we're gonna go back to Jamin's thing here that asked earlier. If you make good money while you're an ICE agent,
Yes.
right now starting point is right around $48K a year, and can go up to over $160,000 a year.
Mhm.
Now that is
Are
way
they
above
hiring?
now. Now wait. So
Keep reading.
you take that. I don't even have to go any farther.
Oh, yeah, you do.
No, I will, but give me a second. Okay, you take this whole situation. You take somebody that's just been trigger happy. That would probably take $500 a week, every 2 weeks to go out and do what these ICE agents are doing. You understand what I'm saying? And
Bounty hunters.
and
just
I
got
want
an
you
upgrade.
to think about a lot of the people that we know, me and you, Marco, personally, that would take that offer up in a heartbeat to be able to do that kind of shit. And they're offering well over your what is it, the
national average.
of minimum wage. You know
Minimum
what I mean?
wage. Yeah.
So and you're like, you're doubling minimum wage, and you're telling people, here's a set of handcuffs, a gun, and a baton. Go do your thing.
Well, see, there's a point. Like I look at ICE agents more like the way we used to look at task force when we was younger. We had the police, and the police. If the police come once, hey, chill out.
Right.
Police comes twice. Hey, you better calm down. The police come the third time, and they just happen to see something or say something. Then all of a sudden, you get cars surrounded around your house, and your doors kicked in. I mean, so ICE agent. I mean, I'm a firm believer in there needs to be more training. There needs to be more vetting in these people because you
And
are going to get them
everything.
power trip motherfuckers like
Especially
you're
with
talking
this
about.
kind of budget.
But the whole point of this is they're supposed to be a machine. They're supposed to go in, take whoever they're supposed to take out, and get the fuck out of there. No questions asked. No
military
sympathy.
base. Like I was saying
Military,
earlier.
exactly.
Right. Yeah,
That they're
that's
supposed to
exactly
go.
what they
And
do.
the bad thing is, and I keep saying this has gotten to this has escalated because we have been soft and just letting these stupid ass youngins just believe that they can do whatever. It is one thing to voice your opinion. It is one thing if you want to have a change in things. You do that the right way. But to put yourself in harm's way and then blame the people who keep telling you, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. All right, fucking fine. Catch your house on fire. I mean, and it's gotten to this, and people don't realize that their defiance of this shit is just making it fucking worse. It's like now it's like a snowball that damn near can't be stopped.
Good night, Damon.
Good night, man.
FYI, Greg and Ricky, your cameras, all it's showing is Ricky's arm and a green screen in the vertical version. Just FYI.
Yeah, I know.
It's
We're-
quite
we're-
entertaining. Listen,
Yeah, we're
okay,
yeah.
look,
Go to the other
the
view,
hard-
goddammit, if you don't like it.
my thing is this, okay? So we all have read about the stuff that happened in Venezuela, how they're like, bro, there were hundreds of us and there were 20 US guys, and they took us out as if we were paper and they were wind. Right now, listen, That is actually what should be happening. And ICE is walking in with bullhorns and stupidity. And like, I think they've replaced the National Guard with ICE, and it's a problem because you're like, those guys aren't trained. They're not. Those are not the top tier operators that we're needing. You're like, it's not
right.
No.
Well, what do you hold on?
You're not
Yeah,
going
so
in
I'm
and-
imagine
and
that's
get-
what you're
and-
telling me. I need to read because I
Oh, yeah.
imagine
It adds up to almost like $200,000 a year. Plus
No, I
benefits.
think. What about
So,
the training?
and just
Did you bring up any of
the
the training?
No.
just the compound on what Greg was
I got
saying, which
They're
you
not-
know is the only real defense that I see. You know, because you know, law is law. No, feelings are feelings, and morality is morality. And we're talking about feelings and morality. But when it comes down to it, that was a justified shot. And I hope the investigation goes through. And I hope I'm
Wow.
wrong. Hi, Monica. But if you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If not, whatever. She shouldn't have died. Now, just to compound on what Greg was saying about this jumping in front of a car or even being in front of a car. Here's a kicker of the whole thing. Now, a lot of people are digging dirt up on that girl, and whatever, that's whatever. But in true equality, you dig up dirt on the cop too. And you see that cop was hit by another car like 6 months before that, or maybe a year before that, in almost the same situation. Why the fuck are you in front of that car? Don't give me that's the reason why you was panicked and you shot. No, I wouldn't have been in front of that. Nope, not getting in front of that guy. So I'll go to the window.
And I'm also going to bring up the situation because you said that the chick backed up,
Yeah.
and then the agent was in front of the car. If you actually pay, I don't know, again with AI and all that shit, but the video that I seen, one agent got out of a car, I believe, and then he was walking around her car, and
Yeah.
that's the
One
one that
agent
did.
came straight at her. He was already out. One agent came out of a car, and the other agent was around the far
Right.
side. And he was the agent that ended up shooting her.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, the one that I seen was the agent that got out of the car or whatever, the one that the wife was talking shit to, or the husband or
No,
whatever.
that was the agent on the far side that the wife was. Oh no, wait!
Right.
In the beginning,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, and he come out. She wasn't even there. She was the wife or the significant other, we'll say, was on the other side, and basically he got out of the car or come walking up, or when the camera started or whatever, he went around the front of the car and he walked all the way around, got the plate, and that's when this significant other was over by the passenger side talking shit to him, and then the other agent on the other side told her to get out of the car, and that's when the one told her, the girlfriend told her, go ahead and drive. But when that agent was walking around that car, if you pay attention, that agent that was standing in front of the car was nowhere there. And if he was way off in the distance. So by the time he got around to the other side, that agent was in front of that car.
I thought the guy that went around the back of the car and checked out the license plate and argued with the dyke.
The video.
He was the one that got in the front of the car.
No,
And then
the video I seen, he was standing there when the car took off. And then
there
the video
was
cut to the
two
other
cops
side.
on the left hand side. One was originally talking to the wife and got the license plate. That's when she said, "You could go ahead and get our license plate. It'll be the same. We don't switch our plates."
And then
he
turned around and
walked
was talking
over
about
to
go
the
get
other
some
side
lunch.
where the other cop got out the car. Now, simultaneously, the wife who was already going on the other side of the van got pretty much met up with another cop. That third cop is the shooter. The third cop is the one that was, came in from the other side and was talking to the chick and was in the road while his camera was going and her camera was going. And when the only time he went to engage the wife, because that's originally what it was, he was trying to stop the wife from getting into the car because the other cop told the other girl to get out. The girl wasn't even all the way in the car yet when she said, "Drive, baby, drive." And that's when she backed up, turned her wheel, and went forward. Now, did she intentionally mean to hit the dude? We don't know. I'm not going to say she was. I'm just saying the bitch should have never been there to begin with. She should have never been there to begin with. And for you people fucking having a fit about the cop calling her a fucking bitch when he got hit with the car, you hit me with a car, I'm going to call you a fucking bitch too. Just
Can I
saying.
ask a question? Have we discussed the fact that if she was armed, maybe she wouldn't have been in that
See,
situation?
that's another thing that kind of bothers me too, because she wasn't armed. But if you think about it, a vehicle could be used as a weapon
Yeah,
too.
considering
But
that.
like I said,
Oh, no question. No. I'm saying it in the idea of just politically, the whole idea that people are protesting and be like, oh, you know what? Fucking do what the Black Panthers did. Go there with guns. See what happens. That's like realistically, all of this is a moot point because we're getting to a point where, hey, you know what? The people that are protesting make no sense, right? One day they're for Palestine. Palestine is free. We still want to free Palestine, but it's free. No, we want somebody else to do it. That's
there's
crazy.
a lot of bad.
That's a psychopath.
Well, here's the thing, okay? You have all these protesters, and again, like you said, everybody's switching sides or whatever. But most of these protesters are protesting in the wrong fucking area. And I'll give you a very good example. We had a very close friend of ours, we won't bring up old past, but that dealt with, I think it was the Black Lives Matter situation here in Youngstown, and they went down on the freeway, and then the next thing you know, we had a radio DJ and all kinds of shit. All because one of our friends was trying to get home from work, come around the bend on a freeway at 55, 60 miles an hour, and there's a crowd of people standing on the fucking freeway.
Oh,
so
that's when you just fucking go.
Exactly. So, and that was the problem, was because she didn't stop. Okay. Well, again, you're dealing with fucking the highway where people don't fucking belong. So all these protesters are, they might have the right heart, the right idea, but they're protesting in the wrong fucking areas.
See, I just say this because, like, my cousin runs everything. Like, if you're gonna protest, go to the city hall, get your paperwork, so you can legally have a protest.
Right.
Not a congregation in the fucking street.
I'll put it to you this way: most of your strike work, people that go on strikes, they go sit outside of the company.
Yeah.
With their signs and all that shit.
By law.
If they were to go sit at the fucking Walmart down the fucking road, how much fucking sense would that make?
Exactly.
So why are you out on the fucking freeway trying to make a point? To me, you're out on the freeway to get the ran the fuck over is what you're doing.
But see, like that's just different between a protest and a congregation. Just
Well, see, here's one that, since we're looking up pays, how much does a paid protester make? Because we're finding out more and more that these people are being paid.
You find it, send it over to me, and we'll run it.
Marco, you've been part of that group, so.
But at the same time, in my opinion, a protester, a protester should not be paid whatsoever. A protester,
not at all.
They should be there on their own accord.
Yes.
Period. Point blank. And that's
a lot of problems. While they're looking that up, here's something that kind of like is another thing they're trying to tie into this shit. A lot of people are saying that this is a race thing and this is against the Somali thing or whatever. You know how this started? This started when they started auditing Tim Walz, and they started finding all this fraud, and they traced it back to these Somalis, which then traced it back to a greater number of Somalis. And then it was found out it went from maybe a few 100,000 to a couple million to billions of fucking dollars, all illegal. And now if people really do their digging, there's a guy who's running for president of somewhere in Somalia, and he blatantly on interviews talks about the money he brings in from the U.S. for his campaign in Somalia. Like this thing is bigger than just, going to take out some illegals.
Yeah, butter up to people if you want a lithium mine.
Have you? I don't know if I sent this to you, Marco, but there was a whole guy explaining that now there's a condition. So it's like, okay, so you have these people who have refugee status come into the country, you get free healthcare for a period of time, but they also, because of that, they're like, oh, well, I can't speak English, so I need a translator. Translator gets paid. Number one, they get transport money, and they get paid a minimum of 8 hours for their job. So whether it's one person or not, so they go in there and they have to, and then now you need a translator, and like that, you're going, bro, this isn't just a scam. This is organized fucking This is white collar crime. That's what it's white collar crime. It's organized, it's efficient, it's multi-level.
It comes down from the politicians that are in there. Now, while you brought that up, I'm glad you brought that up. Pritzker, that governor in fucking Chicago, who's also trying to run for president again, who has gotten Chicago in so much debt between him and Brandon Johnson, and just, I believe, doubled, maybe tripled the property tax on everybody. He said he was just doing it for the rich folks. Just passed an executive order bill, whatever the fuck they call them in their state. Illegals get free healthcare. Illegals get free school. Illegals get free housing. Like,
why don't they get a free job as well?
Their own fucking people. Their people are struggling. What the fuck? Like, for somebody to be that hell bent on doing some shit like that, I mean, because in some eyes that may be, the biggest, greatest humanitarian act. But for somebody to look past their own starving people to help a bunch of fucking people that can't, who's obviously doing a lot better than we are, they got to be getting some kind of kickback. This is all got to be it's just one big job. It can't just be political. It can't just be, I hate Trump. This is all about fucking dollars.
All right. So here's my opinion, okay, with everything that's going on. You want me to be happy about everything that's going on with, the ICE agents and deporting people and everything else, finding these people that are using the system and everything else. You want me to be happy about the situation for every immigrant that you take out of here because, they're using the system and whatever the case may be. Take one of these homeless veterans and give them home and housing and health care and all that shit that they need.
Idea.
For every immigrant that you do, you take one of our fucking servicemen and you take care of them, because you already know everybody sitting here. I don't know about Dino because he's not really an American, but you take the American people that fought for this country to make it is, to where you have your freedom of speech. That's where all your, all your protests and all that. That's why it doesn't bother me if people have protests and all that shit, because you know what? You're in America. You have the freedom of speech. You're able to say what you want to say. You're not free from the repercussions of what you say, but again, you have the freedom to say whatever you want to say and do what you want to do. So again, if you want me to be satisfied about this whole situation, that's the type of shit that needs to happen.
I agree. I would just like to add one thing on to that, because I was sitting there as I was rolling the joint and I'm thinking about it. And, we keep hearing, what is the buzzwords? The waste, fraud, and abuse. You heard it. You hear the Elon Musk come out with it. Trump constantly says it. That's been the buzzword on all the Republicans' mouth. That's big. The big thing, waste, fraud, and abuse. They use it. It's the same buzzwords as racist, this and that the other side uses. But okay. So we stopped this $1 billion going wherever. We stopped this corporation. We've stopped plenty of corporations. We stopped this USAID, a lot of the USAID bullshit. We stopped Obamacare.
Right.
Where's my fucking money? Where's their fucking money? Where's the fucking money? What is it? You want us to care about this waste, fraud, and abuse of the taxpayers' money? We're the fucking taxpayers. We are the taxpayers.
In the same instance, you got to look now at the incredible, fucking acts that Trump's trying to do.
What you just said me? What am I looking at?
That was what I sent it to Marco too. You need to read that first and second page that I sent you. There is a sentence in there that's really interesting. That had to do with what protesters make and what demonstrators make.
So the average is 94,000 a year. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Marco, did you read
the average nation. Wait. The average nationwide is 95,899. Yeah. In Youngstown is 90,132.
Yeah, it's good money.
There'd be a protester.
Yeah.
To hold a sign.
Protesters.
You gotta act a fool. You gotta fucking act a fool. The more you act a fool, the more money you make.
Okay. So again, we're not fighting for a reason. Well, the person that's paying out, you know what I mean? So you don't have enough people believing what you're saying, so you got to pay people to make sure you get
Exactly. That's exactly what we've been saying for the past fucking.
So I think that's a little muddled. Just because, like, with my cousin, she is the spokesperson in face.
Wait a minute, your cousin lives in space? Is that what you just said?
No, she is the spokesperson in face. So, like,
okay.
anything that happens
My bad,
within
Mike.
damn near,
Okay.
like the U.S., like all like the pipeline, anything that happens in Ohio and in Cleveland, she organizes it.
Okay.
So she has a huge fucking target on her. So you're also getting paid for that. To where she
But I mean, in the same respect, the whole reason why I had this looked up was because, you know, so do the ICE agents.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. So you don't like dealing with Venezuela, yeah, you can send SEAL Team 6 in there with 10 guys and fuck shit up. Now coming up here because they opened up the floodgates, you're dealing with a whole different number of people. You can't go in tactically and control a fucking mob.
So protesting is political prostitution. That come from Ralph. Yeah, that's what it's become. You know, I believe in, you know, I will never tell anybody they don't have the right to protest. I mean, I've had kids of mine that were totally against what I thought or felt, but I told them, if you want to go down and protest, you fucking go and protest. But now, as we see, you know, nobody ever wants to fucking listen, but as we see, the numbers is right there. You know, you get a good fucking living out of acting a fool for some shit you don't even care about.
My brother made a very good point. So protesting is political prostitution. Prostitution is illegal in most states here in the United States, and that pretty much is what it sounds like to me.
OnlyFans now.
Listen, it's more of an issue than that, because it's not just like, let's think about it this way: is lobbying is basically every problem in your entire fucking country is lobbying, right? Because what is hiring protesters? That's just grassroots lobbying. Same thing.
It's basically whoever has more money is what the problem is.
Right.
That point is going to be made, and that's why I don't get into all this political bullshit, because that's what it is. Whoever has more money and more power is going to be right, and everybody else is going to be fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right. So scooching it along, because this was another thing that. Now I found this out this morning, and I posted about it this morning as a warning to people. As to let them look, this is about to fucking happen.
I'm trying to remember.
And the hell that I got and the backlash that I got was fucking ridiculous. So I watched, there was at least a handful, 4 or 5 different Democrat fucking Congress people. And they were talking about how they're going to use a shutdown as leverage to give amnesty to the illegals. So my warning was, get your food or when your food stamps get taken away, again, it's not the Republicans doing it. Now, first argument we get, well, the Republicans control this and the Republicans control that. They control everything.
See, that's not even the problem. The problem is why are you on fucking food stamps when you can go out and make fucking money? That's the problem. It ain't none of that. None of that bullshit. But go ahead.
I wasn't trying to get into that part. That's a whole other can of worms on it. But it's the same folks it's the same folks that are bitching about that who are on the same side of the people that are using them as leverage. And when you bring it up to them, it's, oh no, you're just brainwashed and you're just you're on this side, and you or the famous one, you just don't realize both of y'all they're playing you, both sides are playing you in your face and you don't realize. Okay, then why are you fucking on that side? You know, because the NBA and the NFL, we have all learned in the past couple of years, is all rigged, but you're still betting on the Browns, and your stupid asses are still whining about when they're losing in their new quarterback, but yet you already know it's rigged. I'm just smart enough to pick the fucking winning team. Ultimately, that's what it is. You know, a lot of people want to know why I believe the way I believe or why I let a lot of this shit slide. Just because I do good things doesn't mean I'm a good person. And and what distinguishes me from a lot of people is I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to fucking lie about it. So, yeah, there's a lot of shit that maybe a lot of people think are immoral, or maybe, oh, you shouldn't laugh at people, or you're heartless, or you're a monster. Yeah. You know what? My team's winning. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, no, but that's the thing is, yeah, no, people should get that straight. Is you don't just because I do good things doesn't make me a good person. And the fact is that a lot of people have no idea what being a good person is at all, right? So you have people who are just like, I get paid to protest. You're like, number one, the fact that you took that job tells me you're a piece of shit. Okay.
Right,
Number
because you're
two, the
fighting
fact that
for a
that
cause.
job exists tells me there's two level of pieces of shit.
Yeah, there's
People who can
top
afford
tier
to pay
shit.
for protesters. Yeah. Right.
Right.
So
The one that's
it's
taking the
fucking
pay
weird.
is here. The other one's
Yeah.
up here. Yep.
It's bad enough that you get paid to protest, but some fucking asshole figured out a way to pay people to protest is absolutely fucking insane, especially if it's not anything relevant. Like, I think there should be some guidelines with regards to out of state payments, like people who are getting paid, like wherever this fucking Wizard of Oz is that's paying people, is he in the same state? If not, his payment shouldn't be going through. Get fucked. Right?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Here in the good old United States, we don't care where the money comes from as long as we get our cut.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
give a
That's
okay, but that's resulted in what you have right now, right?
On that note,
So-
Marco, go to your phone and read this second message I sent you. It has to come from you.
It's a dick pic. It's 100% a dick pic.
No.
the demonstration salary.
It's a lit one, it ain't even a hard one.
It has to do with where money's coming from for these protesters. I can't believe that
George Soros
popped up. No.
So you sent me two. The one was the bar cut, the bar graph, and the other one was
The one before the bar graph.
all right. So there's no standard professional protester salary, as most activists are volunteers, but some are paid by advocacy groups, potentially earning modest incomes or even significant salaries. Like one report of $75,000 a year for a specific activist with People's Forum, funded by a billionaire Marxist with Chinese ties. Payments often come from nonprofits, unions, or political organizations, varying greatly for volunteer work, from volunteer work to full-time paid roles. Factors influencing pay: organization. Large national organization, unions, or politically funded groups can pay more than small local ones. Role. Paid positions might be for organizers, strategists, or full-time demonstrators, not just general protesters. Funding source. Funding from wealthy donors or foreign entities can influence pay scale. Example and context: volunteerism. Many protesters participate without pay. So you dumb fucks. I guess there's the sluts and the whores in the whole protesting.
They're not
Whores are
prostitutes.
getting paid.
Yeah, we got it. But at the same time, again, that just goes to who's going to win is who has more money and more publicity.
See, this is where you're getting the whole country is donating money. Like I said, Chinese funding just to fuck our world up. Like,
listen, there ain't nobody in this world that wants us to fuck up more than China and Japan.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and again,
and this goes back to my original question when you were talking about all this, Marco. Where is all this fucking money coming from?
well, Elon,
You know, and like, no, and I'm gonna put it just real good. You know, and just the last three have all been right around 50 grand and higher a year. Where the fuck is all this money coming from?
so
Who has the power and the money that wants to make a fucking point? Where is all this money coming from?
So the different reports that's come through, everybody blames George Soros and the Soros family, which they do have a big hand in the whole situation. But a lot of it goes back to the old Slick Willie Foundation. A lot of money was filtered through the Slick Willie Foundation. And don't forget, you know, everybody's worried about the kitty diddling that happened on Nickelodeon Island over there. But nobody's looking at bank statements. Nobody's looking at money records. Nobody's looking at the money that done went through that motherfucking island that nobody's talking about. So I mean that money's coming from out of town. But like Dino and I always say, it's mighty funny that the good guys throughout history always win. Because don't for a fucking minute think that America don't got its hands in damn near every fucking country's election box that exists.
At the same time, I'm worried with how painfully accurate this logic is. Be like, listen, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna launder money through this island, but don't worry, we're all gonna fuck other people, so that will cloud the news, so we can do the money laundering. Which you're like, fuck, that might actually be what happened. Holy fuck. Oh, they're like, listen. One of you is gonna have to take it badly. Everybody else, you can just do whatever you want. It's fine. But the money laundering will be concealed underneath the prostitution. You're like, oh fuck.
All right, so we're talking about Epstein Island, right? That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nickelodeon.
I think it's sold to somebody else now.
All right,
but
well,
yeah.
same. So here's my whole opinion on that whole Epstein list and everything. Everybody can sit there and believe all the shit that they're releasing. But here's my thing. Okay?
Hey, my president sucked a dick and it's okay.
I don't care. I don't care. So I'll put it to you this way, all right? Do you honestly think here in America, everybody that's watching the show, do you honestly think that every little bit that they're putting out of this fucking list, that they're not editing and taking out and releasing and getting
They're
rid
just
of people?
putting words down. The stuff that's worth money, they're not saying yet.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Well, see, I feel like honestly,
well, here's
it
wait.
was so minuscule that there was anything on the right, that the right is just trickling it out. I mean, just little every time they kind of start bitching up. Oh, look who else was on that list. And again, like I as much as I like the dude, I mean, he's a piece of shit in my eyes. One of the very biggest names I feel like is not Slick Willie, it's Elon Musk. Elon was on that mother. Elon had appointments. There's no saying that Elon wasn't on the island. Now we don't know what he was doing there, but that motherfucker had appointments.
But,
My
but
opinion,
at the same time,
in
he's
my-
rich enough that he doesn't need. He has his own island with whores. What does he
Right.
care?
They all
But at
were
the
rich
same-
enough to do whatever. They just got caught on the place that they did whatever.
Right. But
Mm.
I don't even know where the hell I was going with that. Never mind.
But you could think too, Elon could have just been sitting back and waiting for them to fucking slip up.
Oh no, that was one of Elon's people. I mean, I again, I'm a supporter of the right, but I call it like I see it. Elon's a piece of shit. He was boys with Epstein. They've been caught at theaters together hanging out. I mean, and this was like new age shit, not old age
I'm
shit.
just saying he had,
Here is my opinion. If you went to Epstein Island more than once, you're fucking guilty. Because if you went there once, you already knew what it was about.
Yeah.
If you went back again, you're fucking
That's like
guilty.
going back to the next Diddy party.
My
Yeah.
man. Mm.
I woke up with a bloody asshole, but I thought it might have just been me. So let's go
Yeah,
check
we
it
had
out
a
again.
great time. Let's go back.
I
Somebody had a great time with you.
I figured this time I had the bloody asshole. I figured this time if I go back, I'd be giving it bloody assholes. But and
When I got back from Diddy's, my skin was just so soft and shimmery.
right.
it's just
Can you imagine somebody's like, I've paid my dues. I deserve to fucking hammer out
Right.
someone else's asshole this time.
Right.
That's not.
So again,
good.
if you were there more than once, you're fucking guilty. I don't
I
care.
was just getting that Elon Musk had either the resources or technology to be like, look what I can do. And he found a lot of fucking dirty shit.
I feel like
I
Elon was.
thought you meant like he had a robot penis or something. And I was like, oh, probably.
I
probably
feel
does.
like Elon was like.
It might not be. He
IT
probably
guy.
does.
What's that?
He was the IT guy. He called him every time the fucking internet went. The Gates was trying some experiment on some girl in the back and blew the fuse. Come and fix it.
Yeah.
Like realistically, there's a good chance that he was there just as Hawkins wheelchair mechanic, just to make sure that he doesn't have any issues. Right?
Look, I got to give it to Hawkins. I'll let Stephen Hawkins slide. I mean, I'll let Stephen Hawking slide.
Let's be honest. Who doesn't like watching midgets do stuff? I mean, it's fun. It is
Not only like that.
it's not weird.
Stephen Hawking was a brain inside of Plato.
Yeah.
Also true. He deserved to watch the midgets. I agree.
So I mean, that is the one. If I gotta get anyone a pass, I gotta give Steve Hawkins a pass.
I feel like it'd be good if they're like, hey, so Steve, what are you into? He's like, I like watching midgets do science. And you're like, that is I feel like I would be a better person hearing him. He's like, that's my kink. And you're like, yeah, all right, sure. Got a bunch of midgets out here.
Yes,
do the math right, you dumb midget. It'd be funny. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be very funny. But
So,
that's just me.
Going on to some more fuck shit that I think that's going on in the world. I guess we are pushing a little bit more aggressively towards wanting Greenland as their fucking as America. I don't know how we think we could be having votes on if we want to make it the 51st state or not. We don't even own that shit yet. But
yes.
the headline that I saw was that the Danish are amassing some forces in Greenland just because of the U.S.'s rhetoric, and they have armed dog sleds.
They don't turn well. Don't worry about it.
You don't have to strap to it. Like,
I'm like, this goes back to just right back to what Dino just said. 20 guys went into Venezuela, about the same size as Greenland.
No, not at all. But still, go on. Yeah. Only to America. America sees every country as a small little rinky-dink country. You're not that big either, but go on. It's fine.
So that was
apparently we're about to be just that much bigger, though.
But that was just a warm-up battle. Let's see what we can do with 20 guys. What the fuck's he gonna do when he goes up to meditate?
And the fact that he, like Trump, apparently, like Dino said about the whole weapons where the guys was bleeding from the eyes and throwing up and shit like that. Trump is talking about it. Trump has been talking. He hasn't fucking totally gave the detail. I have a weapon that'll take out anybody. Let them. Yeah. So apparently, finally, maybe he got a key to one of the black ops things or whatever. Somebody done showed Trump a new toy, and now he's acting a fucking fool with it. And don't believe that he the dogs might know, because that's high frequency. Them fucking poor dogs. Maybe I feel bad for the dogs on the dog sleds.
Maybe there's an ice cave up there, and there's some fucking shit in it. And
we have a base that's buried. It's buried under the ice that's been there.
Yeah.
So I mean, technically, the U.S. could say, okay, well, you guys could stay Greenland, but it's just going to be all Americans because we got this base here, and whatever treaty was signed for that base to be there means the Americans have control. And I think that's why Trump's being so cocky with it.
Maybe you guys should try your old school tactics and try and offer them some beads. Might work.
Well, apparently the offer we just made was higher than Denmark's whole GDP.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And they said, the bad thing is I don't want, I said with Dino and I discussed this on one of the other shows. It's a very good strategic point, and it has everything to do with Trump's Golden Dome. But on the other hand, dude, we don't need fucking Greenland. And Greenland don't want to be Americans. They like America. Well, they did like Americans, but Denmark had them under their thumb. They don't want to be part of Denmark, but they don't want to be Americans neither, and that is fine. Let them be fucking Greenlanders. That is not our shit. The Golden Dome could have a little oval to it or whatever. Leave them the fuck alone.
You could say the same thing about South America and Medellin.
About
he doesn't want to pay. He said he's going after cartel in Medellin next.
Oh yeah.
See, I think what's going to happen is the cartels are going to pull in on each other.
The cartel,
and ultimately, it's going to be one cartel or one main cartel and one main cartel leader, and that guy is going to be some kind of government person who's going to be dealing with the next president or 3 whatever. That cartel regime will be the head of that government, and as long as they keep things in line their way,
this is another fucking Cuba waiting to happen.
Yeah,
I believe that it was originally Muammar Gaddafi. He met like fucking right, like it's just Hey, somebody's got to take control, and the fact is that we all know that Latin America, while every country is very different, they are run by corruption, drugs, and tourism.
Which makes it easy to fucking, mind fuck them.
Well, it also makes it easy because you're like, like, look, I remember when I was in Mexico, I was talking with them and they were like, so there's 2 distinct people here. Is there people who do drugs? Those are criminals. And then people who don't do drugs, and those are just normal people. And I'm like, wait a minute. So everyone who does drugs is just they're a cartel. They're like, they're a criminal. That's it.
People forget
it's very cut and dry.
Everything south of the border done, like when my aunt goes there 3 times a year to Medellin, they're all Bible thumpers.
Yeah.
Like,
there's actually a huge
Amish people down there.
Huh?
I don't know about Amish, but there's a huge Mormon. There are Mormon cities that are there's a couple that were slaughtered actually.
There was actually I think there was Amish that were bringing up dope to Canada.
I showed you
one of the cartels fucking stopped them and burned. They didn't have a good time.
But I showed you that's the craziest speaking language. This is a Dutch accent speaking Spanish. Like it's fucking weird.
I've seen a Chinese guy speak patois, top tier.
Wunderbar, wunderbar.
Why the fuck is anyone saying wunderbar? You fucking.
The Germans in South America.
Yeah,
they don't. Hey, Germans in South America don't speak Spanish. That's beneath them. Let's just start there.
They speak German because that's
They speak German, correct. And they have fucking they still have grandpa's medals from the war.
Yeah,
so
great
time.
Here's something I just found out too. That's kind of it's a weird little maybe connection. Just the whole shit. It just so we just did this whole thing in Venezuela. And some people are saying that it's about oil and resources, which we have just about as much as that. We could have had Venezuela oil and resources anytime we wanted because they were trying to give it the fuck away. We all know Trump, for some reason, had a hard-on for Venezuela, especially since the last election. So now, I don't know if this has any ties to it or anything, but now the investigations that are coming in out of Georgia on 2020 election fraud, which is generally against Trump. A couple whistleblowers and some new evidence has come out stating that there's over 30,000 votes that were either fraudulent or double counted. Also with video that whistleblower had of a dude talking about throwing away the tapes, to verify everything, and saying that the girl's saying to this dude, we're supposed to keep everything for 22 months after all the elections. And the guy's like, no, there's some getting thrown away and they don't have any bearing on any kind of audit. You're not supposed to throw any of them away.
Yeah, I think too.
That's all the evidence of the
fucking floodgates to get as many foreigners and Mexicans, Latinas into this country to help win the fucking vote. And guess what? They don't want it. They just need to fucking vote. Now, what are they doing? They're taking them back home.
Well, I don't know about all that part of it. I know they were bringing in the illegals for the vote, and then that pretty much blew up in their faces because most of these illegals will vote for the side that let them in first time.
If you're giving somebody $50,000, guess who you're fucking voting for?
Right. So, but the whole thing is after that, if you look at like let's say Cubans, for example, the Cubans are very conservative. Very, very conservative. We look at the Sand people, the Sand Smurfs. Those people are way, way right wing, way out there. They don't like gays. They don't like trans folks. They don't like women, pretty much. So you brought all these people in, and they might have voted for you that first round, but after they see, we can take this shit over and make it the way we like it. now you're fucked. But as far as the whole voting thing is concerned, these were Americans doing this shit. This was a concentrated effort to fuck up this election.
Well,
I mean, they even did a timeline. I posted a video. They even did a timeline of when all the voting things just magically went down all damn near at once in Georgia. You know, one had a water burst. One, people just said the polls were closed down. One, some power situations was going on. You know, there was something else. And there's video of the ballot box stuff, the stuffing of the ballot boxes.
Yeah.
So now the whole point of me saying this is, where these machines come from? These Dominion fucking machines, and I forget the name of the other machine. They are all rooted in the Chavez regime of Venezuela. He bought the company for one of these machines after one of his elections went to the shit. So now all this shit is coming out that Trump was right, and we just swooped in on Venezuela. I don't know if they have any coincidences or any connections, because Maduro was a big proponent of Chavez. So I don't know if he just kept the scheme going and they had influence on the elections. And that's why maybe we're sticking the dick in Venezuela now. Or, you know, because I can't buy this whole Venezuelan oil thing. You know, they were practically giving this shit away. The last time we talked about Venezuela was when Maduro was supposed to be having that election, which he lost and still took over. We talked about all the excess oil and how the environment is just fucked from all the oil rigs fucking just dumping oil into the fucking ocean. We talked about how they were giving their gold away for people to come and take their oil, which is all belongs to Russia. So, I mean, I can't buy that this was for oil.
So you have to look at this thing too. So Trump is trying to make this look like, oh, I'm going after the cartels and the drugs, and Venezuela's also bringing in a lot of drugs. Here's the kicker on that one now. If he's actually being moral and trying to get rid of fentanyl, so they had mass numbers of Chinese going from China directly to Venezuela right to here. So Venezuela you can use as a jump off point without needing the fucking visa.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And all the Chinese are the ones bringing in, making fucking fentanyl too.
Well, we know the Chinese are the ones who's bringing in the fat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, well, they're not bringing it in. They're bringing in the parts. They're doing the same thing the U.S. did with General Motors. You know, the U.S. will bring in the parts. They send them over to Mexico. Mexico puts it together. They send it back to America. We slap a sticker on it, made in America. No, it's made with American parts. And nowadays, that ain't even that. And that's how it goes. So the Chinese was just, dropping off the fent parts. And the Mexicans were putting it together and sending it on its way.
Since you use that logic, yeah, because they started bringing in, originally was straight powder across the border. Then they just say, fuck it, we'll just send 3 fucking chemists, and you can go set up in Indiana, and there you go. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And since you're north of the border, you should realize all those chemists and clandestine labs are coming from fucking Canada.
You're welcome.
The majority right now is all Canada.
Yeah. Hey, this is why. Hey, I understand completely why there is concern over Canada. So there was a hot mic when our prime minister was talking with Trump, and he goes, "Hey, thanks for the promotion to president," and Trump goes, "At least I didn't call you governor." And I'm like, bro, hey, listen, I'm Canadian. I'm not American. The fact is, though, I like healthcare and I want guns. So, I feel like there's a way we can meet in the middle somewhere. I think it'd be very reasonable. But the fact is that our border is not secure either. As bad, we're actually sending scientists. It's just they're drug scientists. So it's better than the Mexican border, but it's still not great, right? We're still sending you skilled people.
You can't say that is better than the Mexican border because there's purposely sending them around California up to like Alaska coming in because all you have is trees as a fucking border. You can walk across it.
Yeah. So there are drones that go across
Right.
the Canadian border, just back and forth. They're just recording and targeting, and just seeing, because there's basically just a few areas that aren't covered in trees.
Well,
That's it. The rest is fucking.
Didn't you say one of your people fucking saw a submarine just pop up out of nowhere? Just
Oh, that was in Vancouver. So that's out by Washington and stuff. He was walking his dog and he's like, "Oh, just look out in the water, and that's a fucking Ohio class submarine. God damn it!" Yeah.
So there's actually several fucking sub bases outside of Alaska, I believe it is.
Yeah.
dude,
So
we're
just
surrounded by
remember, from Alaska to Washington
It's
is twice as long as, the United States.
Yeah.
Like north to south, right? So like that's a huge amount of space, but also too, yeah, outside of Alaska, there's a ton of military bases.
You gotta figure you're that far away from fucking Russia. So if they want to if they want to say, all right, let's we're here, it's already done.
Yeah, that's why.
And then we'll say, Americans, save us. We have no guns. All we have is bear and moose. It's not, we're not safeguarding anything up there. That's why it's dangerous, man. Anyways, why are you guys going so late? Did you guys start late?
No, we just
you got here
enjoying
late.
your conversation. I'm sorry. I had
All I'm
commitments.
saying is you need to fucking do something about the north up there, okay? You got a lot of problems just kind of bleeding down.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm like, listen, I've offered my right. Listen, I have a house in Greece.
Fucking problems. Leave it up to the Americans to fucking figure it out.
Yeah. Hey, I have a house in Greece. We can go to Hong Kong. Get me out of here. It's fine. Okay.
I think for the whole situation up in Alaska and Canada way, like that far end, just fill it with bears. Fill it with bears.
No, it is filled with bears.
Yeah.
This is the thing is, if Russia comes through, okay, let's say they get through Alaska. From the idea about how Napoleon and Hitler trying to get to Moscow, like how they died en route. You're like, yeah. So going from Alaska to the rest of civilization, not Canada, any fucking thing, you're gonna die. Okay. It is horrible terrain. There are bears, there are moose. Listen, if you don't see a moose before a moose sees you, that moose is gonna fuck you. And that's either physically, sexually, emotionally, but one way you're getting fucked, okay? Because those things are terrifying. And on top of that, you're like, there's so many fucking trees. Remember, we have more trees in Canada than the fucking Middle East has political opinions, okay? Like, we got a lot, okay? A lot of fucking trees. And like, if you want it, like, the idea they're like, we'll just use tanks, bro. You don't have enough tanks to get through our forest, okay? It's not like there's one highway, and if you fucking misstep, you're in that water, okay? You're in ice. You're fucked.
Yeah, I watch Ice Road Truckers, and that road only comes in at a certain time of year.
It is fucking terrifying, right? So like, this is the weird thing is, like, everyone is worried about Russia coming in. I say let them try. They'll cut their population in half just by killing themselves. It's fine.
Yes and no. So you got to figure though, Russia's still extremely pissed off at us, and they've done nothing but train their fucking ass off for the last like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, and they can't hold up,
but they still have cardboard. They have cardboard guns. And when have we not known the Russians to be angry about fucking something?
7 or 8 millimeter, just like.
Well, no, that's one thing. Like, Russia is
there's 3 of them in all of Russia. Is the only people who can afford that gun. Everyone else, paper gun.
Switch, and that's all it takes. Okay.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
I can't deny Russia's like military force. I mean, they're playing bitches to Ukraine right now. I think they're just playing with them because we all know when it comes down to it, the second largest military force, the second largest superpower in the world was Russia. I mean, China's been on its heels for the longest time, but yeah.
Hey, but hey, Russia's military is just as suspect as China's population. And India's ability to use a toilet. They say that. I don't believe you. Okay.
Go back and watch underground KBG footage, and that'll change your fucking mind.
Yeah. Russia got some shit. They're just as they always show us, the poor kind of, lower class people. Only the upper class people run shit.
But when you go in and their long plan, their 67-year planned out strategies, everything from influence on TV and this and that, whatever, they put.
No question about that. I'm not questioning that.
Fucking long game.
But remember, too, is you guys have been played by the men with little hats just as long, if not longer, with the same fucking look. They played Russia first. The Bolsheviks weren't Russian, right? So this is not a new playbook. It's the same playbook just being used. Well, we conquered Russia. Let's move it over to America.
Yeah,
right?
but once
it's kind of going full cycle right back to the Star People.
Only hope.
Oh my God! Who would have thunk it?
And then that was another thing I kind of got into it a little bit about today with somebody. They said something. Well, don't you wish you could go back to the times where people hated Hitler and loved civil rights? And I'm like, I'd like to go back to the times where maybe we was fed the truth. Maybe you should go. And then we went back and forth. And yeah, being a gay person, he would have, I see the civil rights thing. All right. But we were talking about and we've had plenty of talks about how we were pretty much lied about the little painter and the Star People's influence and how many times they poked the bear before the little painter got on top of his own bear and started fucking shit up.
Hey, forget about all that though. Listen, you already have, you have people like Ben Shapiro, who's an American citizen, who's like, hey, I would change the laws so you could have a foreign president just for Netanyahu. I'm sorry, deport him. I don't care if he was born here. Deport him. He just said that he would rather bring in a foreign president over. This is a rule of law that has been around. That is realistically one of the big things that saves your country. And this guy's like, no, we should change it for fucking. We got
the governors and the senators doing that shit now. I mean, look at Mondami. Fucking Robert De Niro himself, that cocksniffer, he fucking came out and said that he's leaving New York because he can't afford to stay there because Mondami's raised taxes so much that it's going to take half his savings. He doesn't work that much anymore, so his savings are all he has. You old fuck, you've been on every goddamn news channel up until the last few months pissing and moaning about Trump. You was always for Mondami. Oh, now you realize what the Sand Smurfs are doing in New York and you're having a fit. Keep your ass there. You should have to keep your fucking ass there.
It's big and brown.
But look, that's realistically people. Look, if you're protesting for something, good, you're going to be stuck in that state. Suffer through it.
Yep,
I'm sorry.
You should be where your people are. If you found you a state or a city and they all have the same mindset as you, go there. Yeah. Go there. And leave, and you have to stay there and face the consequences of your choices, just like the rest of the world does. Because apparently that is not being taught anymore. That is not given any kind of authority, respect anymore. Not giving anybody, work ethic. It goes from work ethic to respect of the law to everything. These, when that girl fucking screamed, "Why are you using real bullets?" That puts shit in perspective. Somebody fucking taught that girl that no, it's okay. Go do what you go do. It's okay. Nothing's gonna happen.
That's just a lack of knowledge. It's like, are you that ill informed of what's going to happen?
I mean, they're protesting for these illegals, but nobody protested for any of these girls that were killed or raped or fucking tortured by illegals. Nobody. There was no say my name for Lake and Riley or any of them girls. That poor Ukrainian girl who got shanked up.
Yeah.
None about the 12-year-old girl who was raped on the side of the building that Brandon Johnson just shut down the whole press conference about. None of that. And that's where we go into these paid protesters, because I feel like real people, real Americans would be out there. If they were protesting, they would be protesting for them.
So
you don't even hear shit about that girl who got shot up by the cops by accident. But we found out later on that her boyfriend used her as a shield. Oh, everybody stop talking about that though.
Okay, I gotta bounce. I'm about to piss my pants.
Me too.
Yep.
No.
All right, so that's been fucking What the Fuck Wednesday. Are we doing mental health tomorrow, or did you say you had something to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to be doing mental health. Next week we're not doing mental health. So tomorrow I have morning motivation rant at 10:30, and then mental health is going to be at 8:30.
Yep. Y'all be kind to each other and listen to the
Good night,
fucking
y'all.
police. Mind your own business.